Ladies and gentlemen, one area where the Nintendo Switch really shined is in RPGs, whether that be strategy, JRPGs, adventure RPGs, whatever. It was the home of the RPGs, and the Nintendo Switch 2 is no different. We have some incredible RPGs on the Switch 2 already, and in this video, I'm going to tell you the top 10 RPGs that you need to check out. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Just right here is a few of my favorite RPGs that are on the Switch 2, but this is like 1/1,000,000th of what we already have. I mean, there are so many options. So we're going to go over the 10 best RPGs, in my opinion, on the Switch 2. It's going to be a mixture of JRPGs, strategy RPGs, adventure RPGs, tactical RPGs, whatever. The only caveat is they have to have official Switch 2 editions. Before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our communities growing, and let's go and get right into this one. So the first game we're talking about is the most recent release. That is Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. If I am correct, which I could be, I could not be, who the hell knows. I think this game originally came out all the way back on the PlayStation 1. Then it got remade, technically, on the 3DS, and that's somewhere I wanted to play it, but never did. Now it is out for the modern consoles, and in my opinion, this is the best version of it, and truly one of the best Dragon Quest games of all time. While the 3DS version is amazing, it was over 100 hours and just kept going and going and going. So what they did for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is cut out a bunch of the filler and made other quests optional, and now it's more of a streamlined experience, and man, they knocked this one out of the park. The art style, the gameplay, the music, the setting, the characters, it's all a peak experience. On the Switch 2 there is a demo. I want to say it's like 3 or 4 hours long, so it's enough to get you familiar with what the game is. But even if you've never experienced any Dragon Quest and you don't know where to start, this is a great jumping off point. It is a phenomenal game, and it easily deserves a spot on this list. So a game I never thought would make an appearance on the Switch 2 is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Not only did we get Final Fantasy VII Remake, we got INTERGRADE, which is a PlayStation 5 version. And not only is it on the console, it is tied probably with the most impressive port currently on the Switch 2. And if you didn't think that was amazing enough, now we're getting Rebirth, and they're saying Part 3 is going to drop day one on the Switch 2 as well. Yes, I know a lot of people are nostalgic for the original back on PlayStation 1, but Final Fantasy VII Remake is just better in my opinion. It's kind of like a retelling of the original story, but it just invokes new emotions, and it's just easier to get immersed into the story. I mean, it's truly some of the best gameplay I've ever experienced in any game, and I just can't believe we have this game on the Switch 2. Like, I know I already said that, but the fact that it runs the way it does is a damn miracle in gaming. It's crazy that I can play this game portably on the go. I mean, I haven't played it on the go, I've played it handheld in my bedroom, but the fact still stands that I could play this on the go. I just feel like it's one of those games, if you've ever been interested in RPGs or JRPGs, that you just need to play. And if for some reason you're not a fan of turn-based RPGs, this might be the one to get you into the genre. So a game I truly thought I would never even put on one of these lists, but now I'm happy that I am wrong, is Octopath Traveler 0. The first two games are incredible, right? They define the HD 2D graphics, and it's became so popular that now that is its own genre in gaming. When they first announced Octopath Traveler 0, when I was first doing research about it, I was like, that's just a mobile game that's getting ported over? Nothing about that sounds enticing. But I guess I was wrong. What they did is take the story from the mobile game and added upon it and basically built the game from the ground up. And yeah, this is one of the best Octopath Traveler games we currently have. In this game, you are the protagonist of the story. Choose your appearance, voice, motions, and favorite dish with a new character creation feature. And that's awesome because in the other Octopath Traveler games, while there is a bunch of characters, there's nothing that really feels personal. You will restore your hometown through town building, invite companions and allies to live in the town of your creation, engage in exhilarating and strategic command battles, choose from over 30 allies to form a party comprised up to 8 characters. This game is fantastic and it feels right at home on the Switch 2. Now let's talk about Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. While this is a collection, and when you buy this, you're buying both games, and I do think you should play Suikoden 1, it's not that long either, I want to say like 15 hours, What I really want to highlight here is SUIKODEN 2. I think it's actually pronounced SUIKODEN, but this is a game I am currently playing. I'm about 9 or 10 hours in. You know, when you look up stuff about this game, people say it's one of the greatest JRPGs of all time, or even just one of the greatest games of all time. And I'm like, yeah, well, I played the first one and I thought it was great. It was nothing groundbreaking. Part 2 is incredible. I don't even think I have enough words to explain why it's so good. It is a fantastic tale of betrayal and treason and wars and allies, and just has great characters and amazing story, and it just keeps building upon itself. And every time you think you're getting comfortable or used to what's going on, they throw you a twist. The gameplay is so damn good. There's like, I think over 100 allies, so you keep meeting new people and adding them to your party, and then that will add to a new story. It's one of those games like I want to go to a rooftop and just scream, everybody play SUIKODEN 2, but I might get locked up for that. But here, you know, this is where I can talk about it. This is where I can recommend it. So if you're on the fence or you've ever thought about it, do me a favor while doing yourself a favor. If you're not going to play the first game, please play SUIKODEN 2. One great thing about the Switch, while it did take a while to get all the games over there, it eventually became the home of the Persona series. So with the Switch 2, we were hoping we'd get more Persona games, and we did. So I have to add Persona 3 Reload to this list. Step into the shoes of a transfer student thrust into an unexpected fate when entering the hour, hidden between one day and the next. Awaken an incredible power and chase the mysteries of the dark hour. Fight for your friends and leave a mark on their memories forever. This is an emotional and gripping journey, where you will fully immerse yourself into a story of life and death, with new scenes, character interactions, and additional voiceovers. So when this game first came to the Switch 2, it was highly anticipated, people couldn't wait to play it. And while I personally know some people who played it day one, and then eventually went on to beat the game and really enjoyed themselves, it didn't come over in the best state. There were some frame pacing problems and a couple optimization issues, and then Atlas put out a statement basically saying that they rushed the port, which is just a crazy thing to admit. But since then, it has got multiple big updates, and now the Switch 2 is the perfect place to play it. And what's great about the Persona games is you can play any of them without playing the other ones, although I would prefer you to eventually play all the Persona games. So if you get a chance, definitely check out Persona 3 Reload. Another game I'm going to include in this list, which sounds crazy, but then when you think about it on the surface, it's like, well, yeah, I guess that is an RPG. Pokemon Legends, yay, man. And it's kind of crazy to look back because it's a full circle moment. I played Pokemon all the way back in 1999, and that was my first JRPG. And that started my love for the genre. And now I play RPGs, strategy RPGs, tactical, turn-based, action-based, all of them. And it all started with Pokemon. And Pokemon Legends EA, while it's not the greatest Pokemon game of all time, I really enjoyed myself with this one. Like a lot more than I thought I was going to. Let's be honest, Pokemon doesn't have the greatest reputation, at least in modern gaming, right? The classics are classics for a reason. And while I did enjoy the newer games, like I enjoyed Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, Arceus, I enjoyed all those, they're not the greatest games. So I didn't have high expectations for Pokemon Legends EA, but man, like I could not stop playing this game. And it really is one of my favorite Pokemon games they've put out in the last 10 years. The only real criticism I think I have for this game is it takes place in just one city. So, you know, it kind of gets a little repetitive there. But the gameplay and the actual story and the characters and the Pokemon and the actual battling system, I think they did a fantastic job on this one. So if you've never played a JRPG or an RPG, or you're just unfamiliar with the genre, I would say this is a great starting point, because it can really introduce you to the genre, and then also it might make you a Pokemon fan. Another game I played recently is Final Fantasy Tactics: The IVALICE Chronicles. So I didn't know much about this. I think this was originally a Game Boy Advance game, but I know that I enjoy Final Fantasy games, I enjoy tactical games, and yeah, this one was highly rated, so I thought, what the hell, man, I will try this one out, because it had a lot of hype around it, around launch. I didn't pick it up at launch, I picked this up probably like 15 days ago or something, or maybe even less than that. So the hype wasn't there as much when I picked it up, and that's what I like to do sometimes, so I don't feel like I'm buying into the hype and that's the only reason I'm enjoying a game. This is probably like the most simple on the surface game out of all of these, but man, it has so much depth to it. It's a tactical RPG, so there's grid-based battles where you're like kind of commanding a small army, you're like putting this character here, and then putting this one over here, and then attacking, and then defending, and trying to strategize what's going on. And it really is super engaging, but the story in this one is gripping. The voice acting is incredible. You know, sometimes you forget how good voice acting can carry a game. There's not that much going on the screen and in terms of gameplay, but the story would have you feeling like you're playing through a movie or something. It is absolutely incredible. This one is a must-play game in my opinion. Another game I want to include is Hogwarts Legacy Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. And at first you might think, wait, is that an RPG? Yeah, RPG stands for role-playing game, and you're playing a role of a Hogwarts student in this one. Sometimes people consider like Zelda RPGs, but you're not really role-playing, you're just playing Link as himself. In this one, you're creating your character, there's skills to level up, there's all these little quests and characters, and you're really role-playing in this one, right? And even if you're not a fan of Harry Potter, you've never read the books, watched the movies, if you like anything fantasy, magic, stuff like that, and RPGs, this one is a must-play game. I beat this game all the way back on the Switch, like the Switch 1 edition. Probably the jankiest Switch game that I've ever beat, but I enjoyed it so damn much. What's great is, if you own that, you can get the Switch 2 edition for only $10. But there's a little secret here. You can put the Switch 1 edition in your Switch 2, buy the Switch 2 edition for $10, and then it gives you both games, and then you can sell your Switch 1 copy and have a Switch 2 edition for only $10. That's what I did. You can even like buy a game on Amazon, put it in, return it, because who gives a shit about Amazon, right? Then you get it for $10. But we're going off course here. There's a massive castle to explore, full of secrets and mysteries and little side quests. And then you go out into the world to all these other little towns and villages, and you think, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe they put all this into a game. Then you'll do another mission that takes you to a new area, and the game just keeps opening up and expanding. And I can't believe like the scope of the game. The story is really good. The side quests are equally as good. Some of them I think are even better than the main story. But where the game really shines is the gameplay. Like being a wizard and using all these spells is so damn fun. I actually just beat the Switch 2 edition last week, and I could start up a new playthrough right now. So a game that is tied for my favorite game of all time is Cyberpunk 2077. And I truly can't even believe that I'm able to put this game in this list because this game runs on the Switch 2. Not only that, CD Projekt Red was able to get this game plus the DLC on a cartridge and make it a true physical. It's a damn gaming miracle. I never played Cyberpunk at launch, so I didn't have that bad connection to it, right? I played it on my PS5, I want to say in 2024, fell in love with it, played the DLC, and it's truly some of the greatest DLC to ever exist in all of gaming. I beat the game and the DLC as well on my Switch 2, and now that is my favorite place to play it. It is the only way I want to play it, and I'm not even kidding, it is the first game I've 100% completed. I beat the game, every side quest, every like small, random little challenge you can do. I bought every single car, every apartment, bought damn near every clothing item, explored every inch of Night City, and I need more. Like, it leaves you wanting more. It's just peak, man. It is the ultimate RPG in my experience. It is the best RPG in my experience as well. It's opened me up to the whole cyberpunk genre. I'm about to turn 34 at the end of this month. I've been playing games since I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I can't believe something like this exists. And then when you add to it, something like this exists on a portable handheld. Yeah, if you're gonna pick up any game from this video, this is without a doubt the game that I recommend. And the last game I'm going to add to this list is Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. When this was first shown off in like the Switch 2 reveal direct, I thought, cool, like I guess, like it looks kind of cool, but I don't understand why this would be a launch game. I don't really care, and I'm going to go about my day. But then I was a guest on a podcast, and everybody was hyping up this game, saying if you like JRPGs or you enjoy RPGs, you definitely need to check it out. I think this was originally a 3DS game, and I thought, you know, again, what the hell? It's fully priced at $40. If I'm going to take a chance on any game, at least it's only $40. And then I bought it, then I started playing it, and then I kept playing it, and then I kept playing it, and before I knew it, 20 hours had went by. And I never had any connection to any Bravely Default games, right? I never played this, I never played the second one. To be honest, I don't even think I really knew they existed like that. Like, I had seen the title, I never knew anything about them. The game is great. because it has a great group of characters. The graphics almost feel like a storybook brought to life. And sometimes it's kind of cheesy when games do that because it feels like a cop-out or an easy way to make the game aesthetically pleasing. But in this game, it's like an addition to an already great game. But where the game really shines is in the name, Bravely Default. Because when you're fighting enemies, you can be brave, and you can use like 4 or 5 turns in a row. I'm going to be brave, I'm going to put it all out on the line, and hopefully I'll kill this enemy. But if you use 4 or 5 turns in a row, then you're skipping the next 4 or 5 turns. Or you can default to where you keep defaulting, which is basically skipping your turn, but banking them, right? So you default a couple times, that all adds up. And then when you're ready, you can use like 8 turns in a row and really obliterate an enemy. Surprisingly, the game is really challenging because it doesn't seem like that at first. But even though it is challenging, it is also rewarding, and it is a must-play RPG. Ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, these are the 10 must-play RPGs currently on the Switch 2. A wide range of different kind of RPGs, right? There's something in this video for everybody. If you like RPGs or JRPGs, I would recommend all 10 games because you can't go wrong with any of these. But this is just my opinion. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. Your favorite RPGs, if you're a fan of the genre, what are the best ones on the Switch 2? What are some games that I missed that you think I should check out? Just start a conversation down below. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, if you could do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It only takes 2 seconds. It helps out tremendously. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the communities growing. And if you could consider becoming a channel member, I would forever be indebted to you, as it is the ultimate way to support this community. And you guys know me. I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace.